Now we can be much more precise in figuring out what kind of diet we need. It has to fit our constitution. It has to fit all these criteria, and that's how we get the best results. So, as you can see up there, we broke it into seasons, and we see that in the summer and fall, the kaphas are calmed down. Why? Because kaphas like cold and damp. Not going to do so well in the rainy season, fall and winter, or winter spring, but it's going to be calming for kaphas. Well, pittas, what's the best season for them? They're going to be better in the winter, spring. Okay, and we're going to adjust our diets to balance that in just a moment. And we look at vatas. Well, the truth is vatas are aggravated in all seasons. They're very sensitive. Now, what's the advantage of being a vata? They tend to be very creative. They tend to be, poets, artists. And as I say, I'm going to use the word very creative. They tend to be visionaries in certain ways. So even though it's a hard time, and one of the things they have to master in life is being vata. Okay? When you master that, which means you have to really pay attention to what I'm talking about to it. The traditional Ayurvedic teachers will tell you you can't do live foods and be a vata. And I will tell you at 99%, 98% success rate, if you know what you're doing, and if you eat the right kind of foods, you can be successful as a pure vata eating live food. Let's just kind of get that idea because it's true. And I've proven it again and again. I've even taken people trying to be live fooders and who were seeing Ayurvedic practitioners, and they come to me, well, let's organize it so you'll be successful, even though you've been told that can't happen. So with a live food diet, done in the right way, you can be a successful vata. And with age, again, which is more vata aggravating, more nervous system aggravating, more decreased memory, more decreased cognition with age, all that can be balanced with the proper vata balancing things. Okay, like oiling your skin, which is something I do every day, but the different things you need to do. So that's really, really important to understand in the big picture. So we see all seasons you're off, but if you live in Hawaii or on a, some kind of island somewhere, the weather's very mild, very moderate, okay, you're okay as a vata. You'll do okay. But otherwise, you got to work much harder. There's nothing wrong with working harder. That's the karma we've been given. That's our task we've been given. Once we know what's going on, we can do it. You can be successful. That's important. Anyone can be successful on a live food diet at 100%. Again, I'll just say it. I recommend once you've mastered it, at least 80% and 100%. So that's important. And then we see what we can do to balance our pitta and also our kapha. So knowing these things from the Ayurvedic point of view really, really, really helps a lot. So now we're looking at what we call in Ayurveda qualities and tastes. Okay? So a vata needs sweet, sour, and salty. Now, one of the things that I learned when I was studying this in India, lived on and off in India for 7 years, studied with some of the Ayurvedic masters, is you still have to have all the tastes. Just because you're vata doesn't mean you just have, sweet, salty, and sour foods. But you need all 6 tastes. But you'll have more of the sweet, salty, and sour foods. So it's kind of emphasized because it's too easy to take kind of a one-point thing, but we are changing. Not only are we unique individuals, which is really important to really, really get, but we change with age, the seasons of our life, and we also change with the seasons of the year. So that's really makes your life better. I'll just say, we're talking success at a high level when you understand what I'm teaching here today. It's really, that's the exciting thing. Now, there are different things, and we're going to look at for balancing the taste, pitta, okay, are sweet, bitter, and astringent. Okay. And for kapha, it's pungent, bitter, and astringent. Now, what does that mean? So remember, kapha is watery. Pungent is going to be more hot spices and ginger and things like that. Astringent will be something like a persimmon. You know how that dries your mouth out? Okay. And bitter is more herbs. So kaphas do really, really well with greens, with the leafy greens. That's the easiest thing for them to do. Only we have to add a little cayenne, a little ginger, a few different spices. But bitter is a green taste, if that makes sense what I'm saying. So if you're kapha, you're going to go that way, okay? And now, qualities are important also. So pittas need cooling foods and heavy and oily foods, okay? And vatas need heavy, oily, and hot. Heavy, oily, and hot. So I'll take the vatas, and we're going to give it heavy, which means more oil, more nuts and seeds, that type of thing, more avocado. And when you balance those tastes, you still need all six of the tastes. In the way I'm saying, that helps how you're preparing your meals, how you put the spices on, what you're doing with that. So we have the argument, should you have oil, shouldn't have oil? Well, depending on your constitution, you do need a little oil. Vatas need oil. Give them a dry meal, and you're going to create an imbalance, which means they're not going to be successful. So we want success. We don't want to have to live by a theory of how it should be. If that makes sense. So what I'm giving you is saying, okay, you're unique, and when you start to figure out your constitution, you can then start dealing with qualities and taste as a guideline of how to prepare your food. Again, pittas need a bland food. Kaphas need a spicy food because they're more watery. Pittas are more fiery. I'm just trying to give you the metaphors to get it. They're more fiery. Well, that's fine. We need a bland food. But everyone can succeed on a literally 100% live food diet. That's the key thing to understand.